going on, everybody, and welcome back to Puff and Spook, where we smoke and we tell a crazy story. How you guys doing today? If you are new, hi and welcome, you guys. So here, basically, if you don't know the concept of it so much, I go ahead and I roll up, and you can roll up with me, and I go ahead and tell a story of something that has happened to me, or a story of a legend, or a story of something that has happened. So basically, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I have been having a wonderful day today. Pretty hectic, but I love my kids, so no matter what it is, it's a good day. I have a little bit of a runny nose, so this warm tea right now is hitting the spot. So today, basically, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys a short um, scary urban legend. It's not like all scary, but I mean, it is pretty scary because it's an urban legend. But it's not like horror like that. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys an urban legend that happened up in Texas. And this was a really long time ago. This was in 1893. And this is a pretty cool urban legend because it's about the candy lady. So it's pretty cool how instead of the candy man, this is something new. I've never heard of this story until I read about it, so it interests me, and I thought it would be pretty cool for you guys as well. So basically, this story is about a woman named Claire Crane and her husband Leonard. They both were farmers, and they had a daughter, Marcella. And so unfortunately, there's not much of the background history about them, but I mean, what the only thing that they talk about is basically when the incident happened and forward. So that's where I'm gonna start off the story as well. It happened in 1893 when unfortunately, Claire's husband Leonard was intoxicated, and he was not looking out for their daughter Marcella, and there was a farming incident that happened, and unfortunately the daughter passed away. So because of that happening, of course, the mother, with all the sadness of her daughter's loss, she started to grow a lot of hate for her husband Leonard, and she started to put the blame on him because he was intoxicated at the time. I have to share the joint with my hubby today. So he was intoxicated at the time, so Claire blamed him for it. I started growing a lot of hate towards him. So she had decided at the time that she was gonna take action in her hands, and she was gonna kill her husband. And she was gonna kill her husband. So what she did is she went to the kitchen and she grabbed poison. Well, she bought poison, and she went to her kitchen and she started making caramel candies. And in those candies, it's where she put the poison. And so once the candies were finished, she went ahead and told the husband that there was some homemade candies for him to enjoy. So he did. He went ahead and started eating some caramels, and little did he know that that was gonna be the end of him, and he died from being poisoned. Now, when the police came to arrest Claire, she did right away say that it was her. She didn't hide or anything. She was very clear that she did do it. So when they took her up with the judge, she went ahead and said that she was mentally unstable because of the whole incident with her daughter. So they just went ahead and instead of putting her in prison, they put her in the Texas mental asylum that they had down there. And so Claire was, you know, a very polite patient, seemed very normal. Of course, she had some delusion going on, so the nurses had claimed that she did make a doll and she was claiming it to be her daughter Marcella. And she would straight up talk to the doll and like do the hair and like, you know, treat it just like the daughter. And whenever she would talk to a family member, she would let them know that her and her daughter Marcella were doing well. So in her head, she had not, you know, lost her daughter. She was still with her. So then it became a moment when the Texas mental asylum had become too packed. So they had made a decision to let go of any patients that were not considered any high risk. And Claire was one of them. It's all shitting in my freaking mouth. I hate having nails because I can't roll these fucking shits as well as I like. But anyways, so they were claiming that Claire's murder was based off of passion, so that there was no way that they thought that she was gonna go ahead and commit another crime, because this was just revenge for her daughter's death. So they did go ahead and release Claire because she was no threat to them, even though she had delusion going on, even though she killed her husband. They thought that because she was polite and she was low risk and it was just a crime of passion, that she was good to leave. So she was one of the patients that were going to be able to leave. Now, when she was released, she went ghost. Like, she disappeared. Like, it was like she wasn't even here anymore. Like, it was just like nothing. So of course, like, it wasn't really an interest to nobody, you know. But after time went by, there started being incidents where children going missing. So it started happening where kids were getting candies on their windows, and it was going on for like a while, you know. Like, kids would just get candies and be like, okay, well, whatever, I guess, you know. So then after that time would pass, um, then a note would be left and it would say the candy lady. And that's when the kid would disappear at play. So after the kid would receive the candy, then the kid would receive the letter. Then if the kid was at play, the kid would disappear. And then it started going on for a little bit, and it seemed like people were not taking it that serious until two very important farmer kids, brothers, went and they disappeared while they were at play. So that's when the town in Texas, that's when they decided to make this they started to make this legend of the candy lady. And you know, it is pretty suspicious. I mean, there's this lady and she's from the area, and she killed her husband with caramel candies, and she's delusional, thinking her daughter is still there with her. So I mean, it's kind of iffy, you know. I mean, it would make sense for them to start pointing fingers at this lady Claire if she's the one that had this idea of poison candies and, you know, shit like that. But basically, that is really the end of the urban legend. I just thought it was pretty interesting because it was completely, you know, different from the Candyman. I don't know if you guys watched the movie. It's a pretty good movie. So that's what caught my interest the most about this. But thank you guys for watching so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Go ahead and like this video and go ahead and subscribe if you're new. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for supporting me as well. I hope you guys have a great night. Peace out.